Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norville. This edition's top stories. St. Lucia's tourism minister joins international discussion on the impact of COVID-19 on the global travel sector. Specific development pathways are identified for the manufacturing and agriculture sectors. And the Ministry of Health data usage in the fight against COVID-19. Minister for Tourism, Information and Broadcasting, Culture and Creative Industries, Honorable Dominic Fede, has been engaging partners in the tourism marketplace as the world assesses the state of the travel tourism industry amid the COVID-19 pandemic. On Monday, 11th May 2020, the tourism minister interfaced with the Canadian market, which is St. Lucia's third largest source market. Honorable Fede appeared on Travel Pulse Canada with host John Kirk. There, the minister spoke on several matters, including how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected St. Lucia and steps taken in the fight against the virus. Noting that the region is taking a joint approach to the reopening of the tourism sector, Honorable Fede explained the strategy.
What we've been doing is working with our hotel sector to see what those new set of protocols are going to be like, what those new set of arrangements that will govern the operation of tourism. So the tourism standard operating procedure has changed for good in the Caribbean. And what we've done is to seek a regional approach. So we've had the ministers of the OECS meet last week. We've had the CARICOM heads of government meet as well. And Prime Minister Chasney here in St. Lucia was appointed to chair the reopening of the Caribbean on behalf of the heads of government. I, being the current chairman of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, also puts me in that position to reorganize the entire sector. So we've been working hand in hand to see how we can put the Caribbean in a good position. Now, islands are at varying levels of readiness. I think that we are ready in St. Lucia. You're going to see us making a big announcement on Friday as it relates to how we go forward.
The tourism minister noted that COVID-19 has changed the face of travel forever. Consequently, stakeholders within the industry have been implementing measures to mitigate the spread of the virus.
You see, in the same way that 9/11 has changed our lives as travelers, the very same way COVID is going to change our lives and change travel for good. We see now that the airlines are, some of them, not having people sit in the center seats, for example. Flight attendants and customers are being required on certain flights to wear masks for the entire duration of the flight. We see that airports are now testing people for fevers. We see that there are no buffets served in certain hotels. We see at the resort level, there's increased level of sanitation. We see that the ground transportation have now adopted new protocols as it relates to seating arrangements and sanitizing protocols. We see at the hotel as well, employees are going to be required to wear protective gear such as the mask to protect themselves and to also protect the guests. I think that hotels are now going to encourage guests in a nice, friendly way, giving them the option to wear these protective gears as well. We see that Emirates Airline becoming the first airline in the world in doing the rapid test as a check-in requirement so that that individual will at least be filtered. We're being told that the rapid test is not necessarily the gold standard test. There are some abnormalities or some unreliability factors there. But at least it allows you to filter and it tells you one extra thing about the customers.
Minister for Tourism, Information and Broadcasting, Culture and Creative Industries, Honorable Dominic Fede. Meantime, the government of St. Lucia is continuing with the implementation of the medium-term development strategy with the aim of bolstering the economic sectors of manufacturing and agriculture. Anicia Antoine explains.
The COVID-19 pandemic has paralyzed the tourism industry, causing serious implications for the economies largely dependent on tourism. The government of St. Lucia has acted quickly with a medium-term development strategy, including plans to stimulate the agriculture and infrastructure sectors. Tommy Descat, Chief Economist at the Department of Economic Development, noted that the government is also exploring ways to use its expenditure to boost the manufacturing sector.
I think that government can leverage its expenditure and procurement policies as a lever to strengthen the manufacturing sector. For instance, we have case in points, they say maybe beds, medical beds. You would need mattresses and so on. So perhaps you would want to buy that from Lubeco, which is a local producer of this kind. The government purchases furniture, office equipment, and so on. If you have a manufacturing sector that produces this, the government could leverage some of these its expenditure to somehow to help the manufacturing sector. And there are a number of other ways that could happen, but having a dedicated policy. And I was told that on one of the panelists last night that there is a cabinet conclusion that states, that mandates that before we procure anything outside of the country, that we ought to see whether it's available internally within the economy and procure that.
Descat stated that the manufacturing sector can be labor-intensive and plays a tremendous role in ensuring the country has food security.
We see thriving manufacturing sectors globally, and if you realize a lot of them have access to liquidity, so they are export-import banks, that the China, Taiwan, Australia, even the US, that provides that sort of liquidity to the manufacturing sector to help them export their products into the export market. Again, there's a lot of issues around competitiveness, how competitive the price and the quality of the manufactured goods here. And so that's an ongoing discussion. But I certainly think that COVID has sort of, given both the government and the private sector a sort of a nudge that we need to act, and these sectors are agriculture and the manufacturing sector.
The change in the dynamic of business operations due to COVID-19 has allowed businesses to place a greater emphasis on the digital economy. The chief economist explained that the government fostered initiatives prior to COVID-19 to encourage the digitizing of operations.
We were looking at purely from a productivity standpoint. How can we use ITC to become more productive as a country? But we see now the issue of COVID, it helps significantly, and you need to fast track that. The upskilling our private sector. A lot of our private sector don't have some basic ICT skills and so on, and that kind of thing. And even an emphasis on financial transactions. The banking sector, I know the banks have been trying to do this online banking, with mobile banking, and there's somewhat, you still see a significant amount of persons still going into the banks, on long lines, So I think now COVID is going to force a cultural change. Persons who are that sort of technophobe and trying to stay away from technology will be forced to embrace the technology. But also the private sector now needs to, they have to survive, and if they do not transition using technology, we may see a significant amount of our private sector going under.
The chief economist reaffirmed the government's commitment to building productive capacity and expanding growth opportunities in the economy. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
The Ministry of Health continues to monitor the COVID-19 situation closely and ensures that epidemiological information is provided in order to guide the responses to the virus. More in this report from Fernell Neptune.
As part of monitoring COVID-19 in St. Lucia, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is utilizing its surveillance system to produce data to forecast the disease's impact on the country. National epidemiologist Dr. Michel François emphasized the need to draw data from influenza and respiratory disease surveillance in St. Lucia.
Within the epidemiology unit, one of the things that we monitor on a weekly basis is influenza-like illness. So cases of fever and cough, we monitor on a weekly basis. We have noted that these numbers have been coming down nicely, and we continue to monitor them. We also monitor on a weekly basis the number of cases of severe acute respiratory illnesses, So these are cases of fever and cough which need admission to the hospitals. So these, we have our baselines and these are monitored, and we have not picked up increases in these numbers to date. We know that 15% of these individuals may require admission and another 5% may require ICU admission. So we are cognizant of that and we continue to monitor it now more than ever.
Dr. Faswa also spoke on the efforts of the Ministry of Health to monitor deaths in St. Lucia to determine whether or not they are linked to COVID-19.
We also monitor our deaths. So hospital deaths and suspicious deaths, what we do is these individuals are tested for COVID-19, and in order for us to be sure and be confident that we do not have any COVID-related deaths.
The national epidemiologist also reiterated to date St. Lucia has recorded no deaths related to COVID-19. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Fernand Leptune.
On Monday, May 11, 2020, results for 55 samples were received and they were all negative. This brings a total of 675 COVID-19 tests conducted to date. On Tuesday, May 12, the Department of Health and Wellness received 20 St. Lucians who are cruise ship workers with the Carnival Corporation. These nationals will be quarantined for a period of 14 days as per the country's established protocol. Over the next few weeks, the Ministry of Health will receive more St. Lucian cruise ship workers as well as other returning nationals. This is NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson with the NTN Nouvelle à Creole.
COVID-19 is a new pandemic disease as declared by the World Health Organization. It is transmitted directly by respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs or sneezes, or indirectly through rubbing the face with contaminated hands. There is still no specific treatment or vaccine against COVID-19, and as such, the farming community should adhere to some special recommendations. Stock up on essentials such as animal feed, fertilizers, pesticides enough to last for about 30 days. Stock up on fuel and oils for farm equipment. Ensure that tools and vehicles are serviced to prevent breakdowns and to ensure that farming and food production remain steady. And protect yourself and your workers by ensuring you take all necessary precautions to remain healthy. More than ever before, your important role as gatekeepers of St. Lucia's nutritional health and food security should be taken seriously. When you exercise these precautions, you not only safeguard your health, but also continue to allow St. Lucians access to freshly grown fruits, vegetables, and other local crops. Remember, it is our responsibility to ensure our nation eats fresh, St. Lucia's best.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle à Creole.
Monsieur le Général, Monsieur, Madame, département, qui est responsabilité pour l'information du gouvernement cette GIS, sur la télévision nationale pays NTN, qui a présenté Nouvelle à Creole, présenté Primus Hutchinson. La panne pièce la vérité que le gouvernement a placé industrie touristique en haut, industrie agricole à cette liste. Ce ministre des Affaires agricoles, la pêche, ressources naturelles et coopératives, honorable Ezekiel Joseph, qui fait déclaration ça là, durant une discussion lundi à son NTN face au public. Honorable Joseph a dit c'était toujours attention au gouvernement pour voir que des industries ça là, au point à d'ailleurs gymnase parce qu'il y a un cas complémentaire l'autre. À contraire, c'est le ministre agricole là, c'est aussi qu'à dépend à ce pays, ça c'est pays régional et pays international pour vendre produits agricoles. Il a ajouté que la l'homme manger et c'est aussi qu'a produit, c'est trop pour pays à yon. Il remarque que maladie corona fait public là, ouais, c'est quantité important industrie touristique là, pour pays pour services manger et aussi l'autre façon économie.
So, moi ça dit that comme ministry nous toujours savent that il est porté pour bailler support et puis nous ca bailler support et puis pour ça avant Covid. C'est ça Covid avant Covid nous avons commencé un programme. Nous avons commencé un programme qui ça nous a produit cette ici. On a continuous basis, right? Et puis pour ça nous commençons puis c'est cette way ça nous identifier because nous croyons that et puis the introduction of technology pour faire by différent because là nous fait un analysis là primers ça nous voit that là nous can importer plus c'est de ça c'est là si nous ni plutôt ici là nous can importer plus de ça c'est là ça va créer rainy season now
saison la pluie
saison la pluie so nous quoi nous ça introduce technology nous quoi nous ça bail support pour farmers pour assister pour ça produit c'est de ça les demandes là et les prix à primaire right so pour ça si mon cas dit Covid can expose agriculture Covid pas expose agriculture in a negative way Covid can just dit that tourisme c'est important et puis plus nous développer tourisme c'est plus il ba nous opportunity en agricole pour nous ça développer.
Le gouvernement j'avais très concerné pour la situation carrément et manière ça a affecté pays et particulièrement l'industrie agricole. Le ministre agricole a dit que le cabinet a discuté nécessité pour placer cette liste à bas sous coup de l'eau.
Because nous jouons en vendredi et puis ces stakeholders là dit nous ne pouvons déclarer une emergency pour venir pour l'eau. Now, vous parlez de agriculture, là nous parlons en vendredi, nous dit qui ça a fait pour agriculture, mais heritage nous ne pouvons nous reconnaître, right? Nous ne pouvons continuer à encourager farmers pour planter. Et puis programme nous avons mis post Covid qui est support pour farmers continuer, mais ça fait gloire important, right? Encore c'est l'envie à sec. Pas faute nous, c'est climate change, you know? So definitely Georgia nous avons décidé qui ça a bail emergency order qui ça fait mais si ça va dire bon ça fait user land pas fait ça fait pour laver machine pas fait mais c'est là pour faire agriculture qui ça nous avons décidé even construction because nous dit construction c'est bail qui est important seulement post Covid pour create employment but construction ka servir l'eau pour mix concrete pour faire bail comme ça so c'est tout ces bail ça nous avons discuté après-midi en cabinet les mo quitter ici pour vivre là pour nous faire emergency declaration so moun ça qui ça fait qui manière ça servir l'eau qui moun qui ça servir l'eau puis qui quantité ça c'est pas so point ça vous mettez là ou faire là c'est un point qui bien important et puis c'est permet parce qu'il a plus à soi actuellement parce nous pouvons prendre décision encore cabinet.
Ministre de Santé honorable Mary Isaac j'ai fait un appel pour moun prendre bonne précaution les gens qui boivent alcool, comme le gouvernement a établi les licence pour vendre warm. Honorable Isaac a averti PPA pour boire alcool en modération et pour ne pas quitter tentation de à bout pour ça boire si quantité et mettre en risque pour tomber malade.
So, yo ka dépenser l'argent, yo pas ni pour yo acheter warm. Avec là où yo fini boire quand te wom nan, yo ka vini malade encore à sous compte gouvernement. So moi vle di ces moun là, ease up à sous wom nan. Wom nan peut tuer ou mais ou pas ça tuer wom nan la kay toujours ni wom. Vous comprenez? So nous pas vle moun ka ale yo ka boire wom tellement là yo fini yo vin malade avec yo ni pour taper ko yo Victoria Hospital. Nous besoin l'hôpital nous pour moun qui ni real malade. Moun qui malade di en sérieux malade. Pas moun qui aller boire ou et puis yo taper ko yon accident, yo taper ko yo ka couper yon l'autre et puis couteau et puis couteau. Moun qui ka aller battre madame yo, en violer issue puisque yo tellement sou yo parce que ça yo ka fait. Nous ni pour bout ça comme moun dans pays, nous ni pour ça behave comme nous. C'est pas première fois nous ouais homme et c'est pas kay dernière fois, homme nan kay toujours là. So is up as homme nan, s'il vous plaît.
Gouvernement l'Angleterre a annoncé qui yo kay potuer nouveau support pour aider ces pays caribla à battre maladie corona. En ce support que ces pays là kay recevoir c'est 3 millions pounds pour PAHO, ça c'est organisation santé panaméricaine pour ça potuer ces diverses nécessités santé et support de management pour aider le système santé public regional pour faire bataille contre corona. Yo aussi qui bail en lot 2 millions pour aider c'est la famille qui est plus risquable, excessive et aussi pour abattre violence domestique contre femmes et enfants. Le ministre du gouvernement de l'Angleterre qui est responsable pour Kawebla, Baroness Liz Sugg, de que le gouvernement de l'Angleterre n'a un commitment pour supporter les amis à Kawebla, particulièrement dans une situation secours. Baroness Sugg explique que la maladie corona a placé toute la terre en bas en mauvaise direction et qu'assistance de l'Angleterre, c'est pour supporter Kawebla et que le reste de la terre pour sauver la vie, protéger les services qui sont valuables et réduire à ce risque pour qualité de maladie comme ça. J'ai ajouté qu'à part de tous ces millions de points pour supporter l'Agence des Nations Unies et l'Organisation de Santé mondiale qui en bénéfice Kawebla, support direct pour rejoindre qui aider ces pays Kawebla pour continuer la bataille contre le corona. À part de support pour abattre la maladie corona en région, l'Angleterre a fait available 400 millions de points pour programme de développement pour assister ces pays qui plient en risque. Ça c'est l'Angleterre qui a aussi supporté l'agence de management des désastres en Kawebla. Ça c'est CDMA et l'autre agence et l'autre recherche qui a fait pour adresser la maladie corona à l'université West Indies. C'est comme ça, notre nouvelle là, messieurs et mesdames. Je vous remercie autant pour regarder. Je vous avoir une invitation pour venir puis moi considérer conserver la vie. Nous allons présenter l'autre nouvelle en créole. À présent, je vais vous présenter Chanel.
Merci, Appeal Primus. And that brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.